Hello, true believers. This is Doc Hogg, and welcome to episode 103 of Comics and Variety. If you like this channel, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos. And for the sake of YouTube's search algorithm, please do hit the like button. Okay, a few quick things before we get to the main video, the first one is a very important one. An acquaintance of mine and a fellow comic book creator needs your help. His name is Alejandro Garcia. He is working on a comic book called Johnny's Law, and yesterday he was in a car accident. No one was hurt, thank God, but his car was wrecked, and he is an Uber driver. It is his main source of income. His wife is currently recovering from surgery, so she can't work right now, which means that Alejandro is the sole breadwinner, and they have 2 sons. So some of us have set up a GoFundMe page to help Alejandro buy a new car, actually a very affordable used car, so he can get back to work, and also it's to help him pay part of his rent for next week. There is a link to the GoFundMe page below, and please donate if you possibly can. This is not a handout so much as a hand up. Alejandro busts his butt to provide for his family, and he had some bad luck the other day, and we are doing this so he can get back on the road. So again, if you can help, please do. Next up is my comic book tilt, which is still in the sign-up phase, so get your email on my sign-up list. I will provide a link to the sign-up page below. And speaking of tilt, I will be talking about and promoting my comic book tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the Arch City Comics YouTube channel. Adam AF, who runs the channel, has agreed to host me. Thank you very much, Adam. I will provide a link to that YouTube channel in the description below as well. And please do tune in tomorrow for the Arch City Comics live stream, because I will be publicly revealing when the campaign for Tilt will begin. So again, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Okay, on Tuesday, Ethan Van Sciver got into a Twitter fight with someone calling himself Sci-Fi Design, and as a result of that, this post appeared on one of the Facebook pages I frequent. I'm not going to say which one, and I'm blocking out the person's name and icon because I don't want anyone to track that person down on Facebook or Twitter and harass him. That's not my purpose here. Rather, I want to defend, what I want to do here is defend Ethan Van Sciver and also talk just a bit about drama and Comicsgate. Now, starting with just Ethan's tweet, was he over the line here? I mean, Sci-Fi's wife does indeed have stage 4 cancer. He's running a fundraiser for her on GoFundMe, and it kind of depends on what Ethan intended here. If by karma he means that Sci-Fi is a jerk and he deserves to see his wife have cancer, then yes, that's way over the line. But if he meant that this guy is a jerk and thus his karma is bad, but his wife doesn't deserve to suffer because of it, well, then the emphasis is more on, how much of a jerk this guy is. And I think it's still over the line, but not nearly as much. And just for the record, I don't believe that there is such a thing as karma. But anyway, let's step back a minute and try to look at the whole picture, not just this one tweet from Ethan. As Ethan noted here, Sci-Fi has been attacking Ethan in Comicsgate for a while, going so far as to, tell people to not buy Ethan's comics, just it seems out of spite. Then on Tuesday, Sci-Fi sends out this tweet asking for support for the fundraiser for his wife and asking for someone to send it to Ethan, expecting Ethan to, retweet it, but send it to Ethan since Ethan has blocked him. But, look how he phrased it. He says that he's on a mission to help his wife beat cancer, and then mentions that Ethan Van Sciver has a huge following. And then he says, I've heard him say many times Comicsgate is a caring group. I'm asking him to prove that and show love. In other words, Ethan and Comicsgaters are at best suspect and at worst pretty bad human beings, but here is their chance to show that they are good people, to redeem themselves. Really? What sci-fi seems to be saying here is that he's this morally superior guy who gets to decide what Ethan's value is, what my value is, and the value of just about any other comic skater out there. If you come with your hand out, it isn't a good idea to do it with this haughty, arrogant attitude. When I saw that, I responded with this tweet, apologize, maybe grovel, or, at the very least, humble yourself a little. You don't even need to apologize, just something like, hey, I know we've had our differences, but can I ask you to overlook that to help my wife? Something like that would probably do it. Despite that, I'm posting a link to the GoFundMe page below, so if you want to help Sci-Fi's wife, you can donate. I donated a few bucks, and guess who else gave some money? That's right, Ethan Van Sciver. Now, if someone is a jerk to you, but you still help that person out in a time of need, and when that person asks for the help in a haughty, arrogant way, and you still donate, I think that's a sign of a good heart. And that's why I wanted to respond to that Facebook post, because it's not giving the full story of what led up to Ethan's remark. It takes his tweet out of context. And this is the final thing, which you can see here in a little bit in the post, but not fully. Someone sent this to Ethan. Sci-Fi a few months ago was basically saying that Ethan's wife, Andrea, asks Ethan questions that imply that Ethan is giving men blowjobs. And I'm betting he saw that just after he donated to this guy's GoFundMe campaign. And then he tweets out something that is maybe nasty and over the line. But, this guy Sci-Fi was already nasty and over the line. Looking at the full context, you can kind of understand why Ethan lashed out. And my final point here is that this is kind of the dark side of Comicsgate. A movement that is taking aim at mainstream comics is going to attract haters. The big boys who are successful with it are also going to attract haters just by dint of being successful. And people with access to grind are going to take things out of context. None of this is to say that some of the ire directed towards comic skaters isn't justified. Sure, we go overboard sometimes and we deserve some pushback. But we don't deserve all of it, and this is one of those cases where the hate is definitely not deserved. And this is all I'm going to say about this. I got into this hoping I could only go ankle deep, but it got up to my waist pretty quick. Yeah, he got everything wrong there except about me being mental. I'm definitely mental. Alrighty, that's all for now. Until next time, have a very nice day.